And then we've got 1 minute till I hit the go live button. And, we're just kind of putting this together. If I mispronounce anything, just help me when you go on, or just, let's go with the flow. But I'm not going to talk too much. I'm just introducing and keeping the rhythm.
Perfect.
I'll introduce the life link, I think, for just a minute, just because we're hosting it. But all right. So we go Samantha, Jessica, Krista, Sarah, Ricky.
Great.
Yes.
And why don't you all go ahead and mute? It'll be easier for you to do it than me. I forget how. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's 30. Okay. Here we go. I'm going live. Meeting is being live streamed. Setting it up. All right. Here we are, live on Wednesday night with a group of amazing spirits and souls as we wrap up Suicide Prevention Month. It's a national recognition of building awareness around how suicide is preventable and how we each can play a part in that. And so we've got a few wonderful speakers tonight, but and also thrilled to welcome Ricky Duran. He was a contestant of The Voice in 2019 and just lost by a hair. It was very devastating for me because watching the video again of his 4-chair turn within like 10 seconds of The Voice is phenomenal. It brought tears to my eyes, but I think tears might be flowing later today as well. So my name's Elizabeth Caravalano, and I work at the Lifelink. The Lifelink is a nonprofit organization in Santa Fe, and we serve the Santa Fe community to increase mental health and well-being by helping folks get into housing. If they're homeless or experiencing homelessness or precariously housed, we help folks that have been victims of human trafficking. We serve the community of people dealing with addiction and substance use, and we are a community all going through it together. So the lifelink.org if you want more information on our services and who we are. So we are going to start out with our first speaker, my friend Jessica Schroeder from Nami, Santa Fe, the National Alliance for Mental Illness. And she'll speak a few words about what Nami is doing here locally.
Hi, yes, thank you so much, Elizabeth, for inviting me to participate. I work for the National Alliance on Mental Illness Santa Fe chapter. So we're a local group that has support groups and classes to help people, educate people on how to deal with mental illness, whether they're dealing with it in their own personal life or they care about someone who's dealing with it. And unfortunately, suicide and mental health issues often go hand in hand. So one of the things that I've learned from being a part of the organization and dealing with the mental health issues in my own family is just not to be afraid to talk about suicide. Once I started bringing it up and asking people, I was amazed at the response I got, that people want to talk about it. A lot of people are thinking about it. And so I distinctly remember a moment when I first asked someone if they're thinking about suicide, and I was so nervous. And once I just said it, it was a huge relief for me and the person I was speaking to. So that's just something that I always try to keep in mind, that it's a subject that we don't need to be afraid to talk about. So again, thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this. I think it's so important and very excited. Great. And also, just so you know, if you want to get in touch with our NAMI here in Santa Fe, we have a website, which is www.nami.org. We have a Facebook page where we'll be sharing this video. And you can also email us info@namisantafe.org, I believe. And I'll try to put all that information under the video if I can figure out how to do that. So thanks again.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I mean, that is such a important point that, not to be afraid to talk about it, to really normalize these conversations and to show our presence and care. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Yeah. And, in honor that it is National Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month, we have Samantha Alvarez with us tonight from the New Mexico chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So welcome, Samantha.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So just a little bit about what AFSP New Mexico chapter and in general what AFSP does is we are the largest suicide prevention organization here in the nation. There is a local chapter in every state of the United States. Here in New Mexico, what we do in general is we want to bring hope to those who have been affected by suicide, whether, suicide loss personally, whether they're struggling themselves, or just really support the community in any way with suicide prevention. The way we do that is we have amazing events that we host throughout the year. We have fundraisers where not only are we able to raise funds in order to provide prevention programs to our community, fund some amazing research opportunities out there in the nation, but we're also able to bring together people that are affected by suicide so that they can gather and just really build relationships and, find hope through shared experiences with others that know what they have gone through, can specifically, understand, I know I've been through that. And it really just, like I said, helps us bring hope to other people and really, find purpose, and their also just really help support their loss. We recently just had our Out of the Darkness walk. That's something that we get really excited about. And we had our Albuquerque walk, we had Las Cruces, Farmington, and Clovis. So if that's something that ever interests anybody, we would love to have you there, either in person to memorialize your loved one, honor them, or even just to support the cause. We have lots of vendors that come out and organizations that are also helping, us support this fight and against suicide prevention, or against suicide and preventing suicide. We also have an amazing event coming up since our walk just happened 2 weeks ago, which is International, I always say this wrong, Survivors of Suicide Loss. So we have the International Survivors of Suicide Loss event. And where we actually, it might be virtual again, hybrid. We're still trying to, figure out how we're going to do that just because of COVID and everything. But what we would typically do is people can sign up to come to the event, and we have community speakers. Sometimes we have law enforcement, we have mental health professionals that come in, people that have their own shared experiences, just to really help support people that have lost somebody to suicide. And again, really just bring that shared experience and, build community with other people. We do have some programs that you're more than welcome to as a community member, people in, the educational system, in your workplace, just a family member. If you're interested in bringing suicide prevention programs to your community, like I said, whether that be your school, work, give us a call, email us. We are all volunteer run. So we have volunteers that are, ready to go and provide these services to our community and really just educate everybody. And we do have a lot of our programs in Spanish, which is obviously something that we have a large Spanish speaking population. So I want to make sure people understand that we also have Spanish speaking programs, because there is a big stigma in the, in the Hispanic population as well. We recognize that, and we really want to help support that population as well.
Beautiful, Samantha. Thank you so much. Can you remind our viewers what the website is? You have such a resourceful website.
Yes, it's www.afsp.org/New Mexico if you want to go directly to our chapter page. Otherwise, you can just go to the main page, and there are so many resources there. All of our programs, we have so many different programs tailored to different, like I said, suicide prevention, to schools, in regards to children, for teachers, and how to recognize signs of suicide amongst their students. We have programs for medical systems, for resident schools, because unfortunately we see suicide in those communities as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I encourage everybody to check out the website, articles, videos, trainings, and then the survivors event coming up. So more information on that.
Yes,
Thank you, Samantha. I'm also thrilled to see Mary Weiler here tonight. Thanks for jumping on from the National Association or American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Would you like to say a few words, Mary, for us?
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Samantha, too. Your wonderful work that you're doing in New Mexico. I did serve on the national board. I'm no longer a member of the board, but I was on for 3 years. And I just wanted to mention that nationally we are we have a project called Project 2025 to reduce suicide by 20% by 2025. And there are 4 different areas that they are working on within this project, and all of our chapters are working on the same 4 areas to make an impact on reducing suicide. And the first area is healthcare systems, and they're introducing a new prevention primary care screening tool to all of the primary doctors in the healthcare systems. And I know in North Dakota, we have trained about 43 primary physicians already. And I believe the research shows that those who are thinking of suicide have visited their primary physician a week before they have taken their life. So it's a very important person to be able to connect with. And what we're doing is providing safe side training to the primary physicians so that they can sort of check the warning signs and risk factors and hopefully catch that before they take their life. The other area is emergency departments. There's another screening tool just for physicians that work in emergency departments. The correction setting, and that is in jails and prisons. There's a high rate of suicide deaths in that population. And then the last one is firearms. And we're working with a large organization, the National Shooting Sports Foundation. And the goal is to be able to provide educational materials to those retail firearms organizations that actually sell the firearms to people so that they have the information right there and can provide that to those who are buying firearms. And that's only the education piece to make sure that everything is locked. The guns are locked, the bullets are locked, everything is very safe for people and their family. So those are the 4 big areas that National is working on. And I'm really excited to be part of this, to really be part of this project, because I've been involved since 2006. So.
Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you very much for sharing those missives. And if people want to get more involved, where would they go? What should they do?
Well, I think it would be to, there's a chapter in every state. So you could just go to www.afsp.org and just look in there, and there's a section for volunteers. Or, you know, obviously in your state, you can contact Samantha and she'd be more than happy to help you find the resources related certainly to Project 2025.
Well, it's very inspiring that there's a collective action around this very important issue that impacts really our community health. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
Okay, next we are going to one of my favorite people at the LifeLink. She's my clinical supervisor. I'm a new therapist in the field, but she's also a key leader in our organization with her vision and expertise, and has been doing clinical supervision for a long time, has been with the LifeLink for over 10 years. I'd like to welcome Krista Brenning. She's our treatment services clinical manager. Krista.
Oh, well, thank you, Elizabeth, for those kudos. And of course, you have to say those nice things now that I'm your supervisor. I'm kidding. I think we all realize the impact that COVID has had on a lot of people's emotional wellness. And so I'm so glad that we're having more conversations like this, because as a lot of people already mentioned, on this call, that suicide is something that's preventable. There is too much taboo about talking about suicide. And so I'm happy that we can kind of bring, this out of the shadows and have more dialogue about it. We lose too many people to suicide every year. And one thing that stops people, from talking about it, like I said earlier, is that taboo and that stigma. So this platform gives us more of that opportunity to talk about these things. So we want to bring that topic out of the shadows and avoid people suffering in silence. Talking about suicide actually reduces psychological pain and lets people know that they are not alone. I think as community members, we can think about what we can do to support, other people. At the Lifelink, we offer QPR. It's a suicide prevention training for community members. It stands for Question, Persuade, and Refer. The goal is not for the community members to serve as the therapists or feel like they have to provide the treatment. It's just to offer hope through that listening piece. Listen to some of those indirect hints that people might make, about their thinking about suicide, and really just be curious with people about, what they mean, what their intentions are. And then, just being that listening ear can often, help people feel not so alone or isolated in those feelings. And then, hopefully we can also work to connect those people to the services that are available. As Elizabeth mentioned, we provide support for people who are dealing with chronic mental health symptoms, for people who are survivors of trauma, people navigating substance use. So certainly the Lifelink is a place where people can be connected to. There's other wonderful agencies, in the Santa Fe community. And so I think that's the goal, is to have more dialogue, listen, offer compassion, and then connect people to the right supports. So again, thank you, Elizabeth, for letting me hop on and speak a little bit today.
So thrilled. I always love hearing you speak. And I, we'll hopefully work together to offer more QPR sessions in the future on a more frequent basis, because I know everybody who attends, the lights just go off. I know the theme this year for suicide prevention, National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, is be the one. But how do you be the one? It's gaining kind of that confidence and the wording sometimes, and reducing kind of the fear and stigma around just normalizing the question, are you considering killing yourself? Are you considering this? Is powerful. And like you said, it reduces that impact and some of the psychological stress that they're having. So brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing that. I wish we could go on and on, because this is so much great information, but just giving everybody a little taste. If you want more information on the Lifelink, thelifelink.org. Okay. All right. Next up, we have an amazing spirit. Her name is Sarah Nickerson, and I'm just going to say a few words because she's really helped my mental health over the years, because I dance with her. She is a NIA instructor, NIA black belt, in fact, and a choreographer, and a recent founder of InSpirit Studios, which is serving the international community to move and dance and be in meaning. But I know for a fact that Sarah's dance classes have shifted my heart and increased my mental health. So I'm super grateful. And Sarah's got an intimate connection with this issue and topic. So I'm going to pass it on to Sarah to share some words and a song.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. That was incredibly sweet. And for those of you who have been watching, my maiden name is Weiler. So my mom, Mary Weiler, just presented, and we came to AFSP together. My sister Jennifer died by suicide in 2005, in October. And in that moment, there was life before and there was life after. And as a survivor, I was in graduate school at the time, and I came home and was with my family as long as I could be. And then I went back to school and just had this little itch of how can we help? How can I help? And I actually contacted AFSP, Mike Lama, and my mom, who is a go-getter beyond any go-getter I've ever experienced. They were in conversation, and we started the first Out of the Darkness walk in Fargo, North Dakota. And then at that point, after that walk, my mom started the first chapter of AFSP in North Dakota and created huge, wonderful programs around suicide prevention and education in my hometown, and then also helped South Dakota create their chapter. And so many beautiful things came from that, but mostly it was the most beautiful is that how we were able to alchemize our pain to help. And it still makes me sad, but it's really, it was a moment for our family to shift a conversation that was very confusing for us, a death that was challenging beyond words, and to find some kind of understanding. And so that was our wanting and our desire, and AFSP was brought forth, a chapter. And personally, I moved to Santa Fe quite a while ago, 2006, I believe. And since then, I've been just peeking into little, like looking through the corners of things of how can I help in my way, in the way that I am living my life. And one of the ways is through movement, which is NIA, a movement practice. And I would have donation classes that would honor AFSP and also honor my sister. And then also reaching out to organizations such as LifeLink and having classes for donation for them. And then I was introduced to Nami through a student of mine through NIA. And now we are forming the Fill Your Cup Festival, which is on October 10th, World Mental Health Day. And it's all about coming together for self-care and wellness. And I think that is, as far as prevention, there are so many people that don't have the language of how to care for themselves and how to find the preventative, or to find those practices that really allow them to be in a place of hope. And I know that when my sister died, she did have practices, but her body wasn't really allowing her to do the things she loved. And she had a practice of gardening, but her physical limitations kept her from being able to do that. And the truth is that my sister did show signs of possible suicide, and we were a witness of it. And I think until it happens, we can't really have that knowing. But we do know now that she was exhibiting signs. And so for us, it's all about that education of how we can see it and be with it before it happens. And then also to be there for the survivors who have lost people to suicide, and be support systems and have a frank and open conversation. Just like Krista said, it's just really important to take it out of the darkness and into the light, which is what AFSP is all about, and what I hope to keep doing as a human in my personal connections to organizations and through my personal care, which could also, for me, movement itself can become a movement for change. And that's what InSpirit is all about. And hopefully being able to offer that to more and more people. And Elizabeth did ask me to, should I go ahead and do that? Elizabeth did ask me to sing a song. I'm also a singer with the Santa Fe Desert Chorale, and one of our programs is called Hearts in Harmony. And we sing, before COVID, we would meet every Wednesday morning at the Interfaith Shelter, Pete's Place, and we would sing with the guests there, and it became a really beautiful community. And I can say without a doubt that singing is a way of moving our emotions and connecting, and it also is a prevention tool. Singing is absolutely singing together and using our voices. So this is inspired by how we would sing together. So this is a sing-along. You all have to sing with me. And I'll teach you the line. It's a chorus that's very easy. And then I will sing the verse. And then when I hold my hands out and give you a little bit of a come on in, feel free to sing again with me. The first, it's the first line, it's really very easy lyrics. I'm sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I'm sending you light to hold you in love. So I'll sing it first, and then it's a call and response. So I'll sing it and then you'll repeat it. So we'll learn it together. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. Your turn. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. Your turn. I am sending you light to hold you in love. So that's the chorus. So whenever I hold my hands out, you're welcome to sing with me. There's power. I know we can't hear each other online, but trust me, the vibration is there. So feel it with us and sing with us. We'll start at the beginning and we repeat that line twice of the chorus. Let's sing together. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter where you go, no matter where you've been, you'll never walk alone. I feel you deep within. So I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter what you feel or what you choose to show, I'm always there for you. And so I want you to know that I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. Thank you. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take a deep breath. That was so beautiful. My heart really feels like it's spinning. So thank you, Sarah, for those tender words and inspiring and encouraging and uplifting words too. I know this is not an easy topic, but we're bringing it to the light and holding it in a lot of love. So thank you. Okay, everybody. So, there's, days go by and you think, okay, what's next? And then you get this call from a PR agency of a really brilliant musician and songwriter, and you think, really? Did that just happen? Yes, of course. We'll do something for Suicide Prevention Month with Ricky Duran, who is he's been part of one of my favorite shows called The Voice. He was in the 2019 competition and was the runner-up, which he shouldn't have been. He should have been the winner as far as I'm concerned, but he's the winner of our hearts. I was watching his video again this morning and was just in tears. The way he came on that stage, and he had a 4-chair turn for anybody who watches The Voice, a 4-chair turn within like 10-15 seconds. Unbelievable. So standing ovation and everything. So in the meantime, here's a man who shares his heart with his voice. He's a brilliant songwriter, but most of all, he's here to serve and share a message that's personal to him. So Ricky, it is your turn. You are on.
All right. Thank you, Elizabeth, so much for that amazing introduction. Thank you to Lifelink for all you guys do. I'm just going to share a little bit of my story before I play some songs for you guys. So I am an advocate for mental health and suicide awareness. And it all started for me in 2012 when I lost my father to suicide. And I just had a lot of questions, a lot of anger, a lot of pain during those times. And I needed to find some answers. So that's when I reached out to a organization called the AFSP, who a lot of the members I know just spoke. You guys were great. Thank you. The American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. And I started going to their events. And as of recently, I put on a benefit concert here in Austin called Songs for Hope, where I donated all the proceeds to the Texas chapter here. And I attended the Out of Darkness Walk in Worcester, Massachusetts, which is my hometown. And it was a great turnout. I had my own team and a lot of supporters there. And, you know, since my time on The Voice, I have kind of unintentionally realized that I've been writing songs that can reach people that might need to hear a message. And I didn't, set out to do that, but I had these songs written and, I have 3 older sisters and they were telling me, you got to release these songs, even though they're so personal to me. There's a huge message and people need to hear it who are going through times like that. So why don't I play you the first song? It's called Waiting on You. It's a song I just released a couple weeks ago, and I'm very happy to have partnered with the AFSP. They've been putting it out there and getting it heard by the right people. And it's a song that I wrote, kind of for myself. Like I said, when my father passed away, there was a lot of confusion and a lot of unanswered questions. And I wrote this song as if my dad was speaking to me, things that I might want to hear. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And here it is. When your hair fades to gray and I've long since gone away, I will be watching, waiting on you. When the night has grown still and this cold world has got you in, but don't you do what your father did, throw your life away. Yeah. The steel road rails and paper trails will lead me back to you. Through the rain and all the pain, you gotta push on through. So what you need to understand, you got the whole world in your hands. Son, just smile when you think of me. Make your mama cry. Yeah. The steel road rails and paper trails will lead me back to you. got to push on. It's funny how the way things go, when you're down, there's not a soul that'll help you to your feet. You can almost taste defeat. Listen to that voice inside. Stand up, you're still alive. 'Cause when it comes to push and shove, you gotta fight for what you love. I gave you all, I gave you life. So start taking my advice. It's the stars that make the man. So beat your heart and stand again. Steel road rails and paper trails will lead me back to you. Through the rain and all the pain, you got to push on through. When your hair fades to gray and I've long since gone away, I will be watching, waiting, waiting on you. Thank you so much. That song is called Waiting on You. It is out now. I appreciate it if you go check that out. And the music video was just released, I think, last week. And I also partnered up with the AFSP for that. They sent some supporters out to share their story with you guys during the music video. So please check that out. You know, this next song I wasn't going to play, but because Elizabeth mentioned it, well, why not? We're gonna try it. And this song is the first song I played on The Voice. And for me, this is a song of strength and kind of letting go of your own pain. Been traveling these wide roads for so long. My heart's been far from you. 10,000 miles gone. In my darkness, I remember Mama's words reoccurred to me. Surrender to the good Lord. You know I feel so clean. Take me to your river. 'Cause I wanna go. Yeah, you know. Go on, yeah. Take me to your river. 'Cause I wanna go. Get me in your smooth waters. I go in as the man with me first. Come on for it. As my sins flow down the Jordan. Oh, I wanna come here and give every part of me. But this blood on my head and my lips are clean. Take me to your river. 'Cause yeah, you know. Come on, yeah. Take me to your river. 'Cause I wanna go. Thank you so much. And that song is by Leon Bridges. Such a beautiful song. I'm going to leave you guys with one more song. It's original and it's a little more upbeat. These last two are very emotional, kind of tough to play for me, to be honest with you. So let's lighten the mood here with the song I wrote for my girlfriend called Star. It's about love and that's always healing. So here you go. Lost in space and time, has it been so long? Seasons passing by, and we're still going strong. And even when we fuss and fight, you know that it's gonna be alright. Because you know that I love you, baby, and I want you in my life. I need you, baby, please. Falling faster now, ain't trying to hide it. Don't use it to this bird. You got me feeling like a fool for you. Yeah. You're always on my mind. Yeah, baby. Ain't nothing I won't do to please you. Turn it back this time. You are the star in my night sky. You're the star in my night sky. Like a drug in my vein, you bring me joy, you bring me pain. Like the waves of the sea, you take a hold of me, yeah, yeah, yeah. And even when I'm out of line, you know that you're gonna be just fine. Because you know that I love you, baby, and I need you by my side. I need you, baby, please. Falling faster now, ain't trying to hide it out. Don't use it to this bird. You got me feeling like a fool for you. Yeah. You're always on my mind. Yeah, baby. Ain't nothing I won't do to please you. Turn it back this time. You are the star in my night sky. You're the star in my night sky. Like a drug in my vein, you bring me joy, you bring me pain. Come on. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate you guys very much.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Ricky. Oh my gosh. I never, everybody's just clapping and just jumping up and down. At least I am. Just
Thank
the
you so
fact
much.
that you could take us through such a range of emotion just says so much about your heart and skill and talent and beautiful gift that you shared tonight. Thank you. We are honored, and I'm a little starstruck, but that's okay.
Thank you so much.
Where can we download your music or find more besides your video?
Right. So all my music is on all the platforms. If you just look up Ricky Duran, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, and I'm big on Instagram and Facebook. So find me there. I am Ricky Duran, and you can see all my postings and new music as well as shows.
Wonderful. Well, I know I'll be going to those places. So thank you again, Ricky. And I hope we can work together again and continue to raise awareness and the conversation and bring light to what feels like a really shadowy, tender place, but we're bringing light to it. And thank you. I just want to thank everybody who showed up tonight. If you're watching, you are part of our community. Let's stay connected to all these different organizations that were here, the lifelink.org, Nami Santa Fe, AFSP, which is the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I'm not sure if you all can see my face, but you can hopefully hear my voice, but I can't see my face, but that's okay. I will post this video. It'll be, you can watch Ricky and watch Sarah and hear our inspiring speakers again and again if you wish, here on Facebook Live or on Facebook. Again, stay connected, everyone. Thank you, Samantha, Mary, Krista, Sarah, Jessica, and Ricky Duran. Lots of love, everyone. Thanks for joining us, and good night for now.